Hello and welcome to 360 View, where we look at all the sides in the news. My name is Olufemi Omotayo. I'm your host, and I'll gladly welcome you to another episode of this show. Nigeria is planning for election in 2023, which is in February, and technically it means that it's less than 60, 70 days to the general election. But the signs that we are seeing is terrible. Across the country, the umpire electoral body, that is the Independent National Electoral Commission, is feeling the heat across Nigeria with attacks upon attacks. So the facilities of the INEC are undergoing attack. I'm giving you updates regarding what has happened yesterday in Imo State. So the INEC office in Imo State, there was an attack in the midnight at 2 a.m. And that attack has left no fewer than five persons dead, including two policemen. In fact, it is a third attack in 12 days in INEC in the Imo State alone. The 12th, the third attack in 12 days in Imo State alone. So, what is going on? And then the fact that it happened at 12 a.m., you know, and also is the eighth attack on INEX facility within the last 4 months across the country. So you can say, well, Imo State have been attacked three times in 12 days, which is not accidental. It is you can say that this is a real issue. But beyond that, there's been eight attacks across the country in the last 4 months. But even more worrying is the fact that it is the 53rd attack. One, two, three, four, five. It counted to 53 times that the INEC facilities have been attacked across 29 states since 2019. Since the last election, which is less than 4 years, there's been 53 attacks in 29 states. So how many states are remaining? Just about seven more states out of the 36 states of the federation. What is going on? Who doesn't want election in Nigeria? Is it that we don't want to conduct election? We don't want election conducted. So how are we going to choose um, our new candidate? How are we going to elect the new president, the new governors? So what is going on? So let me give you a breakdown on what happened in Imo State specifically. So then we can take it off from there. Uh, so the government threw grenades. In fact, the manner of yesterday's attack, the true grenade, that's this happened um where that's the capital of Imo State. They throw IED, that's grenade, into the facility at that 2 a.m. that they came in, and it destroyed several offices and vehicles parked on the premises. you know. And then in the ensuing situation, some police operatives stationed at the commission office were said to have engaged the hoodlums in a shootout. So the policemen that were on duty engaged these attackers, which resulted in the death of policemen. At least we learned that two of the policemen, two of them died, and then the gunmen, three of the gunmen also died. Um, so this is not the first time in the southeast that this is happening. You know, although the INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu, he said the recent attack on his facilities will not stop the commission from conducting 2023 general election. Well, it depends. INEC chairman. It depends. So we don't pray, we hope that it doesn't get escalated beyond this. But just imagine the number, the sheer volume of attacks across the country consistently on INEC facilities. Meanwhile, INEC is being funded by the taxpayers, by the Nigerian government. I know their budget runs into hundreds of billions. So we spend our money to put all these things in place, and then some people go there to, to attack and to destroy those facilities. What kind of rationality is that? Who does that? Meanwhile, this is not the first time this kind of attack is happening. For in the southeast alone. So although the INEC office have been happening, attacks have been happening around across the country, the commission, the INEC has become a target of attacks in the southeast specifically. Uh, so there's been agitation in that region of the country for people demanding for the release of the detained leader of IPOB, that's Indigenous People's Biafra. That's a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are people who've been asking for his release, but why he's not yet released, you know, now there's been claimed that these are the people that are, agitating and destroying government properties. We are not sure of that, but there's been a lot of activities going on there. About 4 months ago, some suspected arsonists raised the INEC office in Igboeze local government, not Igboeze North, local government of Enugu. Two offices of INEC were also set ablaze in Ebonyi, you know, at in Eza North and Easy local government. This one happened in May 2021. Another building of INEC was also set ablaze in this same Imo state in May 2021. So it's not new. A lot of things happening in that part of the country. Are there people who are trying to sabotage the election in that part of the country? They don't want it to happen. What is going on? But beyond, beyond the southeast, um, there's always been attacks in other parts of the country. Let me give you an example of one other place. Um, the campaign office of the governorship candidate of PDP in Gombe, Mohammed Bade, his campaign office was set ablaze by thugs. This happened yesterday. The police commissioner of Gombe, Mahid Abaka, confirmed the attack, and then he said investigations were underway. So the attack is going on in different parts of the country. It makes you wonder what is going on. Are we going to have an election in 2023? Because what happens is that, just like in other parts of the world, there's something called, let me give you an example of what happened in during the insurrection attack on the capital. There was something called the martial act, whereby the government can just declare a martial act, a martial law, pardon me, that says that um, the military can just take over government because the civilians apparently cannot manage uh, the situation. So, is that what we are looking for in this country? Is that what we are looking for? We don't want that in Nigeria. We want peaceful election. No matter who wants to be the president, they have to come through the ballot. The ballot has to be what allows people to come and become whatever it is that they want to do. So we don't want a situation whereby people will just, claim to be leader and then come through different routes. All these attacks are symptoms of something. Symptoms that some people are sponsoring it, trying to destabilize the country in such a way that Nigerians will not have any other choice than just allow things to go, because according to the new provision by INEC, no matter what anybody does, the beavers will ensure that nobody there's no vote that will count except you have been accredited. Your thumb, your face, everything has been accredited, and you vote. So whoever is doing this, maybe they don't want people to vote, they want to destroy all the sensitive materials. And if you disenfranchise people from voting, so how are we going to elect leaders? How are we going to get the right representative to show that we are actually on the right path? It's a concern, and I feel Nigerians should be concerned. Whatever it is that we need to do to make sure that this stops, we must stop it and make sure we don't continue. Thank you for listening and watching. Please leave your comment. Let's see what we can do to stop this.